Pretty versatile Volkswagen. I mean, Chrysler Town and Country. I mean, Dodge Grand Caravan. I don't know. One of the three. Oh, yeah. Misfires like crazy. And the check engine light is flashing, which means it's a catalytic converter damaging misfire. Contact. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to HR Repair. My name is Hey Ray. Today we have Haas and a Dodge Volkswagen Routan, something along that line. This thing has got a misfire, or customer, I'm assuming it's a misfire. The customer states that it shakes when he's accelerating. So we're going to hook this thing up to the scan tool, and let's see if we can get this Dodge Grand Caravan, Chrysler Pacifica figured out. So this is a Dodge Grand Caravan rebadged as a Volkswagen, and I think it's enough so that if you put it under Volkswagen in the scan tool, I don't believe it will come up or hook up. So let's see what we get here when we hook this thing up. Plug in the scan tool, powering up. All right, let's come in here. Oh, US vehicles. Let's see if it automatically IDs. I believe on these in the past I've had to go in underneath, unable to determine the vehicle identity. Yeah, so we're gonna have to manually put this thing in. Interruptions. All right, so 7 and 8 VIN, character, and model. Okay. Seven and 8. All right, let's look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4X. Volkswagen Routan. Okay, well, this one does hook up. So, Chrysler Town and Country, equivalent year and size. Yeah, okay. So that's what we have to do. 2009. It is a Chrysler Town and Country. Literally the only difference is, let's see if it'll automatically ID. I doubted it will. Nope. This is not what I want to do. Like I said, this thing is a pain in the neck because it wants to keep pulling up Volkswagen, and it's actually not a Volkswagen. So let's come in here, Chrysler Town and Country. Probably not one of the, in my opinion, not one of the smarter things that Volkswagen did. Let's see if it'll automatically ID now. Town and Country. And it's got the 4.0 in it. Alright. Display fitted systems list. Alright. Now we're ready. Let's go into data. And let's find misfire data. Back. We're in misfire data. Ooh, cylinder 6 is a pretty steady misfire, and I can feel it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and just make sure that there's nothing else that's misfiring. Yeah, we can definitely feel it. He said it's not too bad once you get up to speed. He didn't think. I mean, I guess he said he's been driving it like this for like a year. I would not recommend that. That's a good way to burn up an engine or a catalytic converter. So yeah. Oh yeah, misfires like crazy, and the check engine light is flashing, which means it's a catalytic converter damaging misfire. So we're not going to go very far. I know he's driven it for a while the way it is, but we're not going to go very far. We're going to do a little U-turn here and head back to the shop when we get back to the shop, we're going to do a code scan and just make sure that there's no other big codes in there. We do have a cylinder 2 misfire as well, but it only happened once. So my guess is that there's it's just picking it up from cylinder 6 misfiring as bad as it is. So let's get this thing inside. Actually, we'll park it outside and do a code scan and see what happens. By the way, how many miles do we have on the odometer here? I don't know. I can't. There we go. 207, 274. All right. Okay. Oh my, this is like a major misfire. Okay, so let's come back. Let's do a code scan and just see what we've got on codes. Let's turn the engine off. Key on. Cylinder 6, EGR, catalyst efficiency, I'm sure. It's saying bank 1, which I believe bank 1 would be the other bank, but we got to fix the cylinder 6 misfire before we go to anything else. So, alright. Nothing to be really alarmed with there. He just wants the misfire fixed, and so let's get this thing inside and see what we get. We'll pull a couple of spark plugs just to make sure that there's nothing major going on here. See how they are, and we may end up replacing a whole set of spark plugs. Alright, well, in order to get to any of these spark plugs or any of these coil packs, we're going to have to remove this upper intake. There's going to be unhooking all the electronics, which is not going to be too bad. Taking this loose here and here. I believe there's some stuff back here to take loose, and we're going to get that off of there and get this thing tore apart. We'll pull the spark plugs out. I've got the okay to go ahead and replace the coil pack on number 6. 2, 4, and 6 are up front here. 1, 3, and 5 are in the back. So we're going to go ahead and replace the coil pack up here no matter what, just, you know, because that one's the only one that's misfiring. We want to make sure that we don't have to tear it back apart again and put one in there. So let's get this thing tore apart, and we'll see what we can find. I'll put them on a time lapse. How's that sound? Not gonna lie, the one thing that concerns me a little bit here is 6 has a brand new coil on it. Now, the customer told me that he doesn't recall ever doing anything with it, so I don't know. It does look brand new compared to these others, so we might go ahead and do a compression check while we're here. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do a compression check while we're here, just to make sure that there's nothing going on. So let's get these out of here. I'll be back. Let's see what we can find. All right, we've got this thing set up to do a compression check. We're in cylinder number 6, and we've got it set up here that we're going to cross over 87 and 30. So this should make it crank when we go into that hole right there. Very reassuring. That's good. All right, next hole. Put you guys right here so I can have both hands. Compare this with the other one. All right, and we crank again. You want them to be within 10% of each other, and they're dead on accurate with each other. So we know that that cylinder is good. So we're going to put another new coil pack on it, and new spark plugs. This is the one out of 6. This is the one out of 4. 4 is wore pretty hard. 6 has been, it's wet, so pretty sure the injector's firing. Yeah, we're just going to put all new spark plugs and a new coil pack in number 6 there. Okay, we've got our spark plugs. We're going to go with the Denzos 1K 16TT. These are going to be the iridium spark plugs, and they're going to be slightly different than what we've got in there. This is what they called for, so I don't know where these come from, because these are down there a little deeper. Tip goes down a little further, so I don't know. I'm not sure why those were in there, but we're going to put these in and let's see what happens. And I don't put them in with the power tool no more, because I've had several of them here recently that have broken the porcelain on the spark plug, so I've quit using the power tools. So we're going to use the hand wrench. That's just a wrist click for torque spec. Number 4 is going in. Spin it in my hand. Wrist click. Number 2. Click. Wrist click. Also, the iridiums are pre-gapped from the factory, so we don't gap the iridium spark plugs. Down against, wrist click, and we're good. Number 3 going in, coming down against, wrist click, bring this thing down. Now, one other thing we could be that could be going on with number 6 there is we could have a instance of where our injector has stuck. So, not saying that it's not the injector, but it could have stuck open, and we could be looking at replacing an injector, or it could be a wiring problem. But we're going to go with this first, and most commonly a coil pack or a spark plug. So that's what we're going to go with first, and we had some pretty heavily worn plugs, especially on the front here. The back side wasn't too bad. The front's pretty wore. So let's get our coils in here, and we'll put a little dab of dielectric grease in there. Displaces moisture, creating a better connection by displacing moisture. So, right here. Also, these coil packs are not very expensive. They're only like $60, so, well, it's another reason why we're replacing it while we're out. If this was easy to do without having to remove the intake, we would have just switched it to see if it moves and then replaced the bad part that was bad. But this way, hopefully we'll save ourselves a little bit of labor by not having to remove the intake. That is the goal. Alright, so let's click that on there. That one. Come on. There we go. Now the back side, repeat the process. Ready for the intake. We've got a new upper intake gasket here, and we know it's a good one because it's blue. Oh. Seriously? Come on here. Alright. I think so. Okay, there's... Alright, now check them all again. Alright, so start hooking our things back up. Click, click, click. Come on. Click. And there. Then we've got this one over here. Hook up our EGR. And that's going to be an 8mm. Go ahead and torque this down to factory spec. Okay. Get these tightened down. 13mm. Tighten to factory spec. Now, let's get this onto there. That goes there. That goes there. This comes up here, clicks into there, and there. Alright, now we're gonna put our relay back in here. Alright, see if this thing will start, see if we fix the problem. Or do we have to dig deeper? Okay. See what happens. That's reassuring. No misfire. Alright, let's come in here. Come in here to which cylinder is misfiring. All looks well. We had one misfire on cylinder 3, but that could have been just something that picked up. So let us get this thing shut off so we don't gas ourselves out. And in mid-sentence, my camera died. So let's go ahead and exit out of here. We pulled this thing outside. We're going to go ahead and clear the codes. Yes. Continue. The check engine light's still on, but I bet it will go off whenever we start it. The battery seems a little weak. Cranks fairly slowly. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to come back into here. We're going to come into system test and which cylinder is misfiring. And we're going to monitor this. So I can already tell it's much better. Like again, I say I don't know which one was going bad, either the spark plug or the coil pack. Does have a new coil pack on it. However, some of these coil packs don't last very long, so we're going to go ahead and just replace both of them since we're down there anyway. Let's go ahead and take this thing out on a test drive, and we'll see if this thing is repaired. And I can already tell it's repaired because there's no misfire. It was a pretty consistent misfire. All right, seat belts on for safety. Off we go. Heavy acceleration is good. You know, I'd be a little concerned about the cylinder. I was a little concerned about cylinder washdown since this thing's been misfire, and he said it's been going on for about a year, I think, year or two maybe. I don't remember which one he said, but it's been going on for a while, and you don't really want to allow that to go on, especially if the check engine light is flashing, because when it flashes, that means there is a catalyst damaging misfire going on. So if your check engine light is on, it's on for a reason, and when it starts flashing, it means pull over and fix it. So yeah, that's my soapbox for the day and little piece of advice. But this thing runs really good. As we could tell, it's got healthy compression on cylinder number 6, which is good. We could have done a compression test on all the other cylinders. However, we didn't have any problems with any of the other cylinders, so I didn't see the need to check all 8 of them or 6 of them. And yeah, so we just did the 2. I always like doing the ones 2 beside each other. Sometimes you can have, I've already had where the head gasket was blown between the 2, and you can tell that because if you take the spark plug out of both of them, you'll have low compression in both of them whenever you check compression. So this one, very healthy motor yet. So yeah, as we can see, there's no misfires. So this thing is good to go. It's good to go haul more people and whatever he's hauling with this. He doesn't use it for his family anymore. He's all of his kids are grown, so he doesn't use it for that. These do make a good truck van combination because you can put a 4x8 sheet of plywood in here, well, if you put your seats down or remove the seats. So pretty versatile Volkswagen. I mean, Chrysler Town and Country, I mean Dodge Grand Caravan, I don't know, one of the 3. They're all the same. So all right, enough rambling. Let's close out this video, and I want to do that by thanking you guys for watching. Thank you for being here. I hope this video was helpful. I know we've done some similar to this in the past, but in the past it has always, I think, all of my other videos have always been an engine problem. So this one was not, fortunately. This 4.0 in these Chryslers and the Volkswagen, obviously, is a pretty good motor, actually. I do rag a lot on Chrysler, and the reason I do is because they are they're made rather inexpensively. They are yeah, they're in my opinion, their quality is not top notch. So that's my soapbox. But I want to thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate it. And again, we're up over 1,000 subscribers. It still amazes me every day that in less than a year we were up there. I hope that this channel continues to grow, and I hope that we continue to, or I continue to improve on my camera skills and getting you guys content that's helpful to you. So I always like hearing if it helps you out. So if you don't mind, let me know that down in the comments below. Makes my day. Have a great day, and I will see y'all later. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.